Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, I'm going to do another Bytes and Nibbles segment today. Today we're going to do something in the Instant Pot called chicken and potatoes. Can you guess what the two main ingredients are? If you couldn't, here they are. First off, we're going to use some chicken stock, some Dijon mustard, a little bit of lemon, about 2 pounds of chicken thighs, boneless and skinned, about 2 pounds of red potatoes, some olive oil, salt and pepper, and a little Italian seasoning. Let's get going. Now in the middle of the recipe it says we're supposed to add the 2 pounds of red potatoes that have been skinned and quartered. I'm going to prepare those ahead of time because that takes a little bit of time so that when we get to the point where I need them, they're ready. So we'll catch up with that in just a minute. Alright, I got my potatoes peeled and quartered. Next step is let's start cooking the chicken. We're going to pour our olive oil into the Instant Pot. It actually calls for about 2 tablespoons. Since I have a large Instant Pot, I'm going to throw in a little bit more. And we're going to put our Instant Pot into saute mode, and we are going to saute the chicken. About 3 minutes on the side until it's slightly browned. Alright, so I'm going to press the saute button on my Instant Pot. And we're going to pour in a little bit of olive oil. Like I said, it calls for about 2 tablespoons, but I have a big Instant Pot, so I'm going to throw in a little bit more. And we're going to let the oil heat up. And while the oil's heating up, I'm going to add about half of my salt just onto the chicken, and also about half of my pepper. It called for about a teaspoon each, so I'm going to put about half a teaspoon each. And I'm also got some fresh ground pepper. This isn't rocket science, so if you use a little bit more than it calls for, it's not really the end of the world. A little bit more salt. A little bit more pepper. If you want, you can omit the salt and or pepper if you're not into that, but I'm into both, so we're going to do it. Also, while I wait for the oil to heat up, I'm going to combine some of my liquid ingredients together in a bowl so that we're ready when the meat is ready to add this on. So I got 3/4 of a cup of chicken broth, 3 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. I'm just going to kind of eyeball that. 1/4 cup of lemon juice, and 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. And I'm just going to use a little wire whisk to kind of mix it all together. And that's going to be our sauce. Alright, I think our oil's ready, so let's plop the chicken in. And we're going to cook that at about 3 minutes aside until, like I said, it's a kind of a light brown color. Catch up with you in about 3 minutes. Alright, several minutes have passed. The chicken's been browned on both sides. It's looking pretty good. Now I'm going to pour in my seasoning. And I'm going to add my potatoes. And my remaining salt and pepper. I used about half of it before. I'm going to pour the rest of it over the top. I'm going to kind of stir everything together. then we're gonna go from there. I'm gonna hit the cancel button here to turn off the saute mode. I'm gonna put the lid on and secure it. And then we're gonna go for a pressure cook for 15 minutes. And I'm gonna turn off the keep warm button because we're not gonna do that. And it will start in just a minute, and it'll start building up the pressure, and we'll go from there. Alright, we've reached the end of our pressure cooking cycle, and according to the instructions, we're going to let this thing naturally release pressure for 5 minutes, and then we'll quick release everything else. As you recall, there's two ways of releasing the pressure on this. Natural release, where you just let it go and it gradually drops the pressure over a period of time, and the quick release where you push the button and it releases all the pressure immediately. We're going to do a combination of the two, so I'll see you in about 5 minutes. Alright, 5 minutes have passed, and we are going to quick release the rest of the pressure. When the little pink button drops, the pressure is safely released. I'm going to unlock the lid, going to pull it back. Going to keep the camera away this time so we don't end up fogging up the camera like we did last time, if you remember. And that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Oh yeah. Ready to try that. Alright, it's taste test time. Now the instructions don't specifically say whether you want to eat this like a soup in a bowl or actually strain out the meat and potatoes and put it on a plate. I'm going to try it this way, and at maybe some point in the future I may actually strain the meat and potatoes out and eat it that way, but I want to at least try it this way. It's really hot, so I'm going to be careful here. I don't want to burn my mouth. That's no fun. Potatoes are nice and soft. You definitely can taste the Dijon mustard and the lemon juice on it, which is really good. That kind of means that this is probably a pretty healthy option too. You know, like I said, you remove the salt from the equation and it'll be even healthier. And as far as I'm concerned, it really doesn't need the salt. It's actually pretty good the way it is. So let's try a little bit of the meat. The meat is really tender. Yeah, this is pretty good. This is definitely something I would try again. Pretty good. Like I said, it's got a good lemon flavor. Got a good, you can taste the mustard in there. The Italian seasoning comes through really nice. So definitely would recommend this. It's pretty easy to do. Wasn't terribly a lot of ingredients. I actually had most of the stuff already in house. Kind of funny story. I had Dijon mustard in there in the refrigerator and said, okay, well, maybe I don't even have to buy that. But I looked at it and it had expired in 2014. So I said, yeah, I probably should get some more. But I did that, and all I really needed was the meat and the potatoes and the mustard. So anyway, I don't know, I've gone off on a tangent here long enough. Definitely recommend this one. I'll put this in the description below. And give it a try if you'd like. And I think that's all that I have for today. So thank you as always for watching. And I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Bon appetit.